Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Rees and I'm here to bring a message to whomever this resonates with. Let's go ahead and dive into the Oracle deck first to see what messages come out. Silver lining. Someone might be super hopeful right now. Super hopeful. I am. Yeah. You are banking on retreat into your center. You're banking on, you going back to your center. You feel the safest there, okay? Things might be a little chaotic outside of you. There's a lot going on in the world right now, so I don't blame you. But things might be really chaotic outside of you, where it's distracting you, it's making you frantic a little bit, taking you out of your comfort zone. You're not comfortable. It has like your nervous system flaring, I'm seeing. So you're hopeful right now by retreating into yourself. You're like, you know what? At least if I go within, if I do what my inner self is telling me to do, if I do what I'm comfortable doing, then I will find the solitude there. I'll find the comfort there. I'll figure it out there. What came after I am was certainty. So we have silver lining, I am, and certainty. Certainty is in line with the silver lining. So like you're sure about it. Like the hope is restored when you go within, when you see how beautiful your inner world is. And when you focus on that, then that's good, because that channels your outer world to reflect that, okay? You're just a mirror. You're just a mirror, okay? Your vessel is a mirror. As within, so without. So if you could go in and find that silver lining within yourself, then yes, there is certainty there. There is sureness. Going within, and it's not just going within being like, okay, I want to retreat to myself, I want to meditate. What are you doing in your meditation? What are you telling yourself? What are you saying to yourself? What's the conversation that you guys are having? You guys, it's just yourself. What's the conversation that you're having, okay? Are you feeding yourself healthy things, or are you focusing on the fear? It's not enough to just retreat within, okay? So you have to go within and find that silver lining. You have to find your center, okay? Ground there, because when you create that sanctuary within yourself, then as within, so without. You're going to come out a lot more certain, okay? So there's a lot of chaos going on around you. But the silver lining lies within. Tower. Woo! All right, so what's going on around you is the destruction of maybe exactly what you're calling in. You have no idea how magnetic we are, okay? You have no idea how much as within, so without resonates with pretty much everything. So if you've been asking for just some type of alteration in your life, some type of change in your life, some type of progress, evolution, whatever, the how is not up to us, okay? So you don't control that. What you do control is what you ask for. What do you ask for? What do you want? How do you want it to look? How do you want it to be? How do you want it to feel? Okay, and let the universe do its thing. So what's going on outside of you is the Tower, because there's a lot of cards that signify the destruction of something, something being chaotic or whatever. But this is more so a demolish of something, where whatever's standing before can no longer stand. Look at this building coming down. It's a building coming down, and what's going to stand after that is just the foundation, all right? Leaving you to build whatever it is that you want in place of that, because what was there before was not strong enough. So you're calling something in, as within, so without, okay? So when you go within yourself, if everything outside of you is too chaotic, you go within and you're like, oh my God, I could breathe again in here. I could listen to my thoughts. I could visualize again. I could see exactly what I want. I'm dreaming again. And you pay attention to those dreams, and at that moment to yourself, they can only be dreams. Like you're like, oh my God, well, these are beautiful, but these are just dreams. And like, nah. They're not, okay? Because as within, so without. So you're actually manifesting. So what happens first is the Tower, okay? So the destruction of what once was has to come down. And as you're doing all this retreating, all this healing within, finding this certainty, you're creating this world for yourself, okay? Outside of you. That's what this Tower is. So outside of you, it may look like, everything is coming crashing down. Everything is messed up. Like, I can't, like, put two and two together right now. What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Like, smoke and mirrors, okay? Smoke and mirrors. That is all benefiting you. It's all going to help you at the end, all right? So hold on, my friend. Hold on, my friend. Keep retreating within. That silver lining, very strong. Keep retreating within. The Sun, guys, keep retreating within. You're going to see how, like the Tower to the Sun, it's like day to night. all right? Well, night and day. Night to day. The tower and then the sun. It goes from, oh my gosh, this is so uncomfortable. Damn, everything is messed up. To look how happy you are. You got horses and shit. Look how happy you are. The sun. You're giddy again. You're flirting with life again. You feel good. You're glowing again. The tower has to happen, okay? So for some of you guys, y'all are trying to find a silver lining because there's too much going on outside of you. But damn, that's just how much you're shaking up your world, okay? The universe created an earthquake for you, baby, all right? So everything may be shaking right now, everything. And because I'm looking at the silver lining card, and damn, this lightning bolt here, look how this person is about to touch it, though. They at the top of the hill about to touch this lightning bolt. Ciao. Can you get out of here? Oh my God, you're a bee. I'm sorry, baby. I thought you was a fly. You chilling? All right, the bee said what's up, y'all. My bad. I almost kicked you out. All right. Sweetie, I am doing a reading. You see that thing? Baby. Mad flowers over there, and he's over here. The Three of Wands as an overall energy. Wow, this is beautiful. So you have expansion as your overall energy. You have expansion, talking about building something else in favor, in place of that, of what once was. All you have is a foundation now. All you have is a foundation. You can build whatever the hell you want. Your overall energy is the Three of Wands. You're about to build a lot, okay? But it's a process to it, at least for you. It's not going to be the same for everybody. This is just for who it resonates with. But at least for you right now, there's a process that you have to go through. If everything is chaotic outside of you, you're on the right path. You're doing pretty good. Do not fall into that trap of succumbing to the fearmonger, you know? Like, do not hop on the wave of, oh my goodness, I'm supposed to be trembling in my boots because this is what comes after chaos. No, that's not what you have to do. You could be a little stronger and be like, oh, okay, this is what's going on after outside of me. Oh, this is nice. Wow. I guess there are a lot of changes that are about to come. And the more grounded you are in that, the stronger the outcome is for you. The more in favor the outcome is for you. Always, always, regardless if it's something that you have to go through, regardless if it's a lesson, regardless if it's your actual breakthrough, regardless, when it's chaotic outside of you, the stronger and firmer you are by not like going with the fear and the chaos is going to be a lot more favorable for you every freaking time, okay? So be strong, which I see you are. You're retreating within and you're finding that silver lining, thinking to yourself, how exactly is this benefiting for me right now? What did I ask for? How is this beneficial to what I asked for? Is it adding up? And if you can say yes, then pat yourself on the fucking back and relax, okay? And if it's a no, then okay, so be it, but still retreat within because you're going to find absolute certainty there, okay? Into it. You have expansion as your overall energy. For some of you guys, you could be traveling very far, okay? Three of Wands is the overall energy. I see certainty. You could be traveling by water. It could be overseas. The foundation has to come down, okay? You're being pushed into your happiness, into exactly where you are supposed to be. As within, so without. So if you're finding this comfortable solitude within yourself and you're solid in that, you're firm in that, then your outer world is going to reflect that. You're going to be in a place that accepts you and welcomes you. Ace of Pentacles, child. Y'all getting some type of big opportunity, some type of huge manifestation is coming in. Y'all gonna be so goddamn happy because that Ace of Pentacles is in line with the sun. Talk about it. You're getting some type of miracle, some type of blessing, some type of manifestation coming out of the air. I'm telling you, it is a miracle because the first card that came out was silver lining. So you guys were looking for the hope. Y'all couldn't find it. Y'all didn't know where the certainty lies, all right? Y'all were like, you know what? I'm just going to go within. I'm going to rely on the source within me, and I'm going to find my happiness and my solitude within. I'm going to center myself. I'm going to ground myself. And hell, as long as I'm grounded and I am centered, then I guess this is what it is. You're always going to find comfort there, though. You're always going to find something something to be grateful for. When you reach this tier, when you reach this level, when you reach this status, you're always going to find something to be grateful for, okay? If you can be firm and grounded in your current circumstances while everything else is just flipping the fuck over, tables turning over, everything is on fire. I'm telling you, like, chaos, pure chaos everywhere. If you could be grounded in that, baby, oh my goodness, that you've reached a certain level. You've reached self-mastery. You've mastered a huge part of life, okay? And because of that, when you find that solitude within self, you've exercised, you went through the exercises, you've went through the lessons, you went through the mastery, so much so that you know how to be grateful. You know when to be grateful. You know that God is doing a different thing. God is making things happen behind the scenes, you know, pulling strings and stuff. You can see it when you're at this level and everything is messing up, but you're grounded. You have a different viewpoint. You have a different eyesight, okay? So when you reach this level, talk about silver lining, you guys are attracting that. So with this Ace of Pentacles, yes, it might be a miracle. Yes, it may come out of thin air, but y'all mastered it, okay? Y'all did the work. Y'all figured it out. Y'all figured it out. So, yes, you have something huge coming towards you. A lot of expansion in place of what once was. Some of you guys went through a lot. Y'all had to take the long way, okay? Y'all had to climb the stairs. And I'm talking the highest stairs to the tallest tower, okay? The highest stairs to the tallest tower. Y'all were walking for a really long time, and that shit burns. You ever did a Stairmaster for a good 30 minutes? 30 minutes on a Stairmaster sucks, okay? Like, that's you just going, and it's not even 30 minutes. Like, you could have been doing hours. Like, that's just how much of a analogy that would be to your situation. You were climbing for some time. You were burnt out. You were tired. Like, you ran out of water bottles. At this point, you're just running off of fumes for real. And fumes and faith, okay? Like, y'all truly had to find that silver lining, go within, figure out where in your mind you can find it within you to channel the energy to keep going, and not just keep going by like a thread. Keep going with strength, keep going with sureness, keep going with the idea and the attitude that you're going to show up all the time, all the freaking time. So you showed up. All right, you went within, you found it within yourself. I'm telling you, y'all reached another level. This is a different tier, okay? And you channeled your brain to, like, wiring that shit and being like, all right, you know what? This is how we're going to operate. This is how we're going to move from now on. I don't know what's going to happen with outside of me. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know I can control myself. I know I can move this way. Damn, I don't even know what I'm about to title this reading, y'all. This is lit, though. Let's pull three more. The Hermit, in line with the Tower. Ooh. Can y'all talk to y'all nice? And I saw the Hangman. Tear. Y'all got the Hermit, the Empress, and the World. Y'all got the Hermit, the Empress, and the World. Out of 8 cards, y'all got 5 majors. Okay? 5 majors. And 1 ace. And the overall energy is the 3 of Wands, which is the only minor, and that is expansion. Y'all gotta chill. Don't. Okay, I don't wish chill on any of y'all. Wall out. All right? Wall out. Okay. The Hermit, in line with the Tower. So I'm telling, like, that within energy, the within energy that you found, you went within, you figured it out, you channeled your mind. Everything else was dark. You didn't know how you were going to get out the tunnel. You didn't know how it was going to happen for you. But that light of a lantern that he's holding, y'all see this image right here, right? The lantern that he's holding, that would signify the star energy. That's the light within you. That's the light within you. That's the healing energy within you. That is the very thing that guides you to exactly where you need to be. It's going to guide you to this Ace of Pentacles, okay? It's going to guide you to this Empress shit. It's going to guide you to this World energy. Like, you guys have reached a different tier. All right, with this World card here, that is the significance. No, that signifies you completing a cycle. You're done. You're done with that past one. Okay, you got someone else to tackle and go after. But yeah, you're done with that cycle, yo. And as the Empress, my goodness, the Empress and the World, like, wow. Truly abundant. You know freaking what? I knew it. I went on a walk this morning, right? And well, a little earlier. It's already, you know, in the risings. But I went on a walk earlier, and I passed this home with these beautiful roses. Every time I see a rose bush, I always stop and I, you know, analyze it. I love rose bushes. But I saw this beautiful rose bush, and it was like suspended at the top. I usually see rose bushes, people who plant their rose bushes in the ground, but this rose bush was up there. So I was just like, wow, that is beautiful. And right next to the fucking rose bush were grapes. And I shit y'all not. This is probably got this is the only neighborhood, I am stuttering like a motherfucker. Excuse me, y'all. The water's out. This is probably the only house in the neighborhood that I've seen with grapes, okay? People grow crops, but not like that. And they must have been there for a while, because these grapes, they were abundant. They were everywhere. Like, once I realized that they were grapes, I realized how many bunches there were, and I'm like, oh my god, this whole thing is full of grapes. And it was just roses and grapes, and on the other side were some other fruit, I guess. But I guess this is the beginning of harvest season, so not everything is like ripe, at least where I am. You know, it just got warm consistently, so this is the fruit, you know, bearing now. But there was so much fruit, there was so many flowers, like it was so beautiful. And I took a couple of pictures. Actually, I might use it as a thumbnail, but the pictures that I got didn't know justice. Like, the only good one that I got was one close up to it. Anyway, this Empress card, look how she is. She got vines all over her. Her dress is covered in roses. Like, that was you guys. That's you guys. So like, when I looked at that yard, I immediately knew how abundant they were, how much time and energy and love that took, because it was truly a garden. Like, they're going to have such a beautiful harvest. I prayed over it and everything. I sent my blessings, because they absolutely deserve that. They must have been there for a while, or they just did their thing. But it was, the whole thing was fruits. I was like, fruits and flowers. I was, in roses to be specific, fruits and roses. I was like, wow, it was so beautiful. I was in such awe. But that's kind of the energy that you guys are getting right here. You have the Tower, the Sun card in line with the Ace of Pentacles, then the Hermit, the Empress, in the World. Okay, it's just mad majors in its big, strong, abundant energy. And the fact that you got the Tower, something's coming crashing down, then you got the Sun and the Empress. It's like a happiness, like you're abundant. You finally figured out how to reach this level of abundance, like the as within, so without, and you're grounded. I'm telling you, that's a very strong and powerful position to be in, when you master yourself so much so that the outer world with outside of you doesn't mean much. It doesn't mean anything to you, because your inner world is your sanctuary. Your inner world is what you can control, and you understand life and you understand death, and you're like, hell, well, if this is how it's about to go down, and this is how it's about to go down, and I understand, like, you understand transitions, that it's not necessarily a traumatic thing or a painful thing that has to happen when we leave this earth. It's a cyclistic thing, you know, something that's inevitable. It's a spiritual thing. When we ascend, we're going to the next realm, we're going to the next level. Okay, so I'm not even trying to weigh on the that aspect here, but it is a certain understanding and a certain grounding that you have. A lot of the times when people go through things and it's really chaotic, what they're nervous about is, am I going to make it? What does it look like on the other side for me? And you're not frantic, you're not scrambling, all right? You're not doing any of that. You're very calm. So yeah, a very favorable position that you are in. You've reached the end of something. Definitely leveled up. Okay, you've reached the end of something. You can say goodbye to that old chapter. Talk about trying to find a silver lining. You know, sometimes source pushes you into these moments so that you can find yourself, so that you can find your way. I'm also getting that from the Hermit card too. Like, we're destined for so much, and until we get put in these positions, we're not necessarily going to reach that destination. We're not going to push ourselves to get there because of the comfort that we're in. If you're blessed and favored enough for your spiritual team to look after you and put you in that position, then you good, you know, because for some people, they don't even have that connection with their spirit team, so they just out here, you know, they just lost in the sauce, NPC in it. And you had that connection to the divine, you have the connection to the spirit realm, where even if you fall off a little bit, even if you lack, your team will be there to push you and be like, hey, actually, nah, this is where you belong, go ahead, do your thing. You know, that's favor too. That is abundance. All right, one card out of here, and then we've done growth. That is growth. That is growth, guys. Growth is a journey. Trust each step. I'm telling y'all, it's like a staircase. It's like a staircase that y'all have risen. You guys have definitely mastered something with this new access to this new level, okay? You've mastered something and you're sure of it now. So expect your world to be a lot more sure, a lot more certain. It doesn't mean that you won't have any issues, because new levels, new devils, but you'll be a lot grounded, like a lot more assertive, having a lot more clarity. You're just going to feel good about yourself, okay? Your inner world will be a sanctuary, and even if there's too much going outside of you, then you can absolutely retreat within. And you know that if you spend a lot of time there, then it won't be long before your outer world reflects that of your inner world, okay? Because as within, so without. All right, I love you guys. Bye.